What's up? I'm gonna put you guys to sleep before you even get up. That's what she said. That's inappropriate. It's a little too early for her. That's what she says. Good morning, nonetheless. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Mello. This is Art to the Round Table. I gotta mute myself here. My ear. Mello in my ear. I'm gonna close that. Making sure everything's on screen. Just flirting around. Sabo, I just put the link up for thee and for thee alone. But yeah, brother, happy Friday, everybody. Let me do this right. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello, and today we chilling. Freeform. I'm doing lines. I'm doing lines on my paper. None of that sounds right. I am drawing a grid or drawing borders. Whee! I'm gonna have to work on that. I hope you guys are doing well. I got I think I'm going to draw SUPERGIRL today. We're gonna go see it tomorrow, the movie. Wish us luck. Yep. I is not a fan of the latest Superman movie, but we watched it in the theaters, and because we are fans of comics, even though we're a bit tired and tuckered out from all the comic book movies, because they're just treading all the same material, and even the stuff that's fresh, it's more like fresh trash. I don't have high hopes. I don't have low hopes. I don't have high hopes. But I have, I want this movie to be successful. This SUPERGIRL movie, that's what I'm talking about. I want it to be successful. Why not? I want more stories to come out for her. Is that right? Placements. What do you mean by placements? Interesting article about even though SUPERGIRL isn't performing. It just came out 2 days ago, I think. Already made its money back by placements. I'm excited for Evil Dead. Yeah, dude. I won't be watching it. I did see the last one, which kind of ended. Right? It ended with Ash with the arm. That movie was intense, bro. This new one looks crazy. Will not be watching that. Artfully Becoming. Good morning. Good morning. What am I doing? Oh yeah. So all I'm doing really is I'm looking at this guide, and I'm doing these measurements. I have these art guides. I have the Strathmore ones. I got some that I have. But sometimes I like doing this type of border lining. It just kind of slows down all the processes for me in my mind. I had to wake up crack early today, and yesterday, and the day before. And this kind of like slows everything down for me and puts a little focus on. Doesn't help that the music is like melatonin for the ears. All right. Serotonin? Melatonin. One of the two. Advertising and all of the other companies like Bexy using her face on chips. So they made their money that way. Oh well. Good for them, I guess. 13.5 by 9. All right. So sorry about the boring stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I could do SUPERGIRL in the center here, kind of in a power pose and see what happens. I was going to do this little continue this theme of single word and characters. I was gonna put like cousin, cousin. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. Maybe, but I don't think so. I think that'd be too silly. Cousin, Craig and him. All right. So if that's 10 inches in here. What's the safe zone? 9, so another ½ inch. Good gravy. You know, thinking about comic book layouts and pages like this, there's really it's interesting. Does it hinder the process to have you draw so tight? I'm so accustomed to doing whatever the heck and drawing as big or as small as I want, but I need to build on structure. So that's the only reason why I'm doing all this. And like I said, it slows down the morning. It's Friday. Again, happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a good one so far. So if that's 15 and a half, 13 and a half. So 2 inches from that line, 1 inch from that line. And I guess all of these guidelines is more for the printers, right? Because machines could be miscalibrated and skewed. And this gives you a safe place to put in your art. So that if this was a comic book page, and you guys, Sabo knows he's a professional. This live area is really for text. Keep your text inside that live area. Because even if it shifts, the machines shift left to right, at least your dialogue and your captions will be safe. And the whatever get eaten on the side, the borders or a little bit of the art, shouldn't affect too much of the way the story looks. Right? Something like that. Allegedly. This is the line here. I could be wrong. But anyway. Yeah, I don't have to, I've watched the original one. I haven't watched it too recently. It's not a good movie. By any stretch. It was just a cash grab. I think they admit it as well, Warner Brothers did, about it being a cash grab. But I love me some Helen Slater. She was my Billie Jean. She was turning boys into men in the 80s. I'm curious if there'll be any are they gonna give her any screen time? They're gonna show Helen Slater in that movie? What's the over under? What's the cashy? Seeing how everybody betting on everything and anything. What's the cashy on that? she played. Did she play her mother? In Did Helen Slater play her mom? No, did she play Clark's mom in the Warner Brothers in the WB in Smallville? Anybody here a Smallville nut? I remember binging I stopped watching Smallville very early, and then binging the last couple of seasons when the show was gonna get when it was done, when the finale was coming up, and was just so disappointed in just the no suit. You know what I'm saying? See if I can. It's a blank page. I'm not gonna do that to you. We'll keep it there for now. So, all right. I think that mimics the page. I should probably scan this. I won't have to do it again. 13.5 by 9 is our live area. Trim 15.5 by 10, and the bleed 16 by 10.5. Duh. And then you can adjust that, because usually, as long as those guides are on the page, the printers will be able to adjust it the way they want to. Alright, let's mark this bad boy up. But yeah, but I hope it does well. It should do well, for Pete's sake. That feels like you're constricting yourself, ain't it? But that makes sense to have everything in the center the way you do, the way we do. Do you guys know if they sell Strathmore paper sheets with grid lines already, besides the comic, like the squares? But then again, who knows? Who knows? I've been going nuts on the grid system more for my the lettering on some of these pieces, especially on the larger boards, and it helps me keep my mind on composition and had everything. I didn't think it was going to help me that way. And even though I go outside the line, outside the borders, compositionally it helps me frame it. For me, anyway. I don't know if that's something that you guys do. This is an old Supergirl that I drew a while ago. I think maybe a year ago. Thinking of painting it. Oh, speaking of painting, I started this one yesterday. It's about 2 hours of painting in here. I think maybe another session or two. I think I need to add some more purples up there. Finish up the tones. It was hard to try to find the right purple for something that doesn't exist. I like the planet the way it came out. That glow. But my paints got muddy, so I think I am going to salvage that white and refresh everything, just because I want the metal to pop. But then I'm trying to be, not that I'm trying to be realistic. It's not a realistic thing, but I want some form of realism and sharpness. I am messing with distance, so I'm trying to have him disappear into some of the shadow. Like, he's so big that I already started to add the stars inside of his mouth and inside like his shadow. So I'm gonna emphasize some of that some more. Let me show this camera over here. And it was a good test for me for several reasons. One, drawing on canvas was kind of difficult. There's not a lot of range you're gonna get using graphite, using my pencils, and it chews through pencils. Canvas does, because of the texture. So even my regular pencils, when I was doing the sketch of it, they were getting eaten through pretty quickly, because it almost cuts. It's like drawing on a sharpening one of those sheets of paper that you could just sharpen your pencil like this stuff, like sandpaper. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Lord, for helping me speakify today. Hold on one second, guys. Cha. I gotta get some water. Sabo, you gonna be some more jealous. I got a couple more books coming. I really need to stop and just concentrate on my art. I'm getting the art of Mark Teixeira coming in today. I got the art of Naruto Uzumaki because I'm a nerd and I love that anime. Never read the manga, but I love the anime, so this artwork is from the manga, so I'll get to appreciate the artist's vision, his true vision of that character and characters. I can't wait to see that. I got my volumes of 3 and 4 of Planetary coming in, and the kicker, the coup de grace, the Max series Punisher Born, The Punisher Born by Garth Ennis. I cannot wait for that to come in. Ooh, yeah, but that one comes in on Monday. The other ones I think come today. And then I gotta stop. And then I gotta sit here and just put in my work. I'm just doing a lot of absorbing. Absorbing artwork and studying by looking and trying to emulate. And how did they do that? And trying to figure it out and reverse engineer there's certain things and put it into my work. So I'm interesting. This looks good, but I'm curious what it's going to look like on Tuesday when I get back to working on it. I'm hoping to. The idea for this, I'm not showing these on stream, is because I'm recording them. I'm recording the sessions, my painting sessions, and I'm like really quiet. I got my headphones on when I'm doing these because I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. One, and because I'm trying to, I'm going to narrate it, and I'm going to produce it as a narrative video, long form video that's not a stream. Because it's been a while, and I think it'll be cool. Just in case it is canvas. Alright. Let's keep, what else? My Joker's almost done. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this on stream either, just because it's almost done. Unless maybe it's one of those things that I'll just grab and finish up while we're chilling and chatting, hanging and banging. I just gotta do the hair, put some detail in his ear. So tighten up the lettering. That's it. But today, I'm going to actually stream again later on this afternoon. Hey Nova. Nova Draws Comics. How you doing? Good morning. Yes, I'll be drawing Supergirl. Not necessarily from the movie, but the character. But yeah, I think I'm going to be adding some paints to this. I might have to start it just to, one, get the ball rolling so I won't take too long to do it. I think what I'll do today is going to put the yellow and the purple on the Hulk to see what it looks like. I think that pop, having that pop on this already washed, will, as I walk through the house or through my office, will be like, you need to get that done. So maybe this afternoon when I jump back on, we'll start messing around with that. Joker's ready for getting his hair did, and yes, we're gonna be drawing Supergirl. I'm gonna try anyway. HB, 2B, 3B. HB's not too bad. Alright, let's put her in the center, shall we? Can't even see that mark. Artfully, all I use right now is gouache. That is my my medium of choice until utter failure. Oh man, I don't know where I put that mark at. I think it's that one. I'm looking for the center here. Yeah, I'm using gouache. I've been using gouache for 2 years, almost 3. 2 years now. I use acrylics every once in a while to do an underpainting or just to tone the sheets. Tone the sheets, tone the canvas or whatever, but gouache it is. Hey, drawing. You have not missed anything. All I've done is jibber jabber and waste time and draw a grid here. So I'm just trying to. My shoulder's really tight. All right, so here, I'll give you guys a quick little. Hopefully, I don't want to fail here. I'm trying to find. I don't always know how tall I'm going to make my characters. So this is what I end up doing. I'll get the general size of the head. And I don't know why I'm using blue. I didn't want to use blue for this, but that's okay. That's not too bad. I drew the center line on the sheet because I want her to be in the center. Now, so then what I do, I draw my eye line. I'm going to have her looking down a little bit actiony. And then what I do is then I use my pencil. Let me zoom in here. I go by the Marvel method of superheroes being 7, 8, 9 heads high, meaning the size of the head is my unit of measurement. Right, so let me close this thing, it's bothering me. So then I use my finger and a pencil. I use my middle finger to measure the top, put it on the top of the crown of the head, and I situate the tip of the pencil where the chin would be. Right? And from there, that is my crude measuring device here. So then what I do is just move down the page. Try not to move my finger and the pencil too much, and then I'll do quick markings here. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 being outside. She might be too big, but we'll see what happens. And that gives me my general measurements for my character. Right? And just based off of experience, I know that the notch under the chin, the second, that's number 1. Number 2, I'll do that 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. The second one is where the rib cage would be, the bottom of the rib cage. And this is just kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a guideline, but not a rule. You know what I'm saying? It's just a places that you can use to help you build characters quickly. And already that chest plate is too high, but that's okay. I'm just as demonstration, right? That from the second to the third, we're going to start working on the midsection, so the belly. 4 is usually where the crotch or the groin would be, but I'm going to go a little higher. And you should have some, good morning, sweetheart, some understanding of anatomy anyway. And then from there, the legs. And just because of the way I'm sitting, I know this is off, but it gives me a pretty good understanding. And it gives me a good starting point. It's not so far off, even if you were messing around, that it would be egregious. So but sometimes I'll just do this stuff, and I'll do front drawings of the front of the body, and then I'll do, using that, just pull the lines across into the sides, just as a way to help build the character. But if you knew a little bit of the anatomy, it helps. So you could put in the collarbone, everything that can help you with landmarks to the figure. I don't know, I must have slept upside down and sideways because everything is just off today. If you had reference, it helps, obviously. If you had a figure, a female figure, or whatever you're trying to look for whatever it is that you're doing. In this case, it would have been good for me to have a figure for me to just figure out. One of the things that I don't have in my head is the human figure mapped out all the way, at least correctly, because my initial training was off of comic books, and comics aren't always accurate, especially in the 90s. And these guidelines help. If that's where her belly buttons is, you could just go across, and that's where generally the crook of the elbow, the inside of the elbow. But if it's bending, I watched anime. Give me 1 second, y'all. Her hair done.
Sounds good. Not too long, but it looks like Chloe has a rash for his belly.
Yeah, good. Okay. I thought I saw some irritation there. We'll see if we can get him some medicina. All right. this one around. Thank you guys for that, for indulging me. Alright, where we at? This Supergirl seems a bit more, a little adult here. That's one thing also from just learning from comic books, not always being good and not always being good. I think you could get to figure out some quick anatomy. Studying comic books, not necessarily correct anatomy, but that depends on the artist. It's good to find a good source to learn. Some anatomy books help. I have several. Some digital, some right in front of me. Just to help, but unfortunately, I don't use them that often. So, Zemin Pro, you're gonna jump into my stream so that I can check your artwork? Maybe when I'm done. Oh. Alright, we'll do this. How about, it's too early for that, so I'm gonna put you in timeout. Wow. See you later. It's Friday. This is a no fuss Friday. We hanging and banging. We chilling. And that's it. What the heck? We going old school? We're doing the round belt. And skirts. So I don't think I can draw skirts. For all of the Sailor Moon I used to watch, I'm a huge fan of Sailor Moon. Artfully, he laughing at yeah, man, chillax. Chillax, people. Are we doing short hair Supergirl or long hair Supergirl? Does it matter? Here's a tip, right? You guys all know this. Don't draw strands of hair at first. Just do shapes, volumes. I have the Everly Bilquis book that the movie's based on, or roughly based on, because I guess they changed certain things. And I haven't read it yet. It doesn't seem to be... I don't know who it's aimed at. It's not aimed at 40-year-old dudes. I don't know if Supergirl is aimed at all at male fans. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to say that either. It's not aimed at me. But I know that Kara Zor-El, Kara Zor-El, her and Captain Marvel from Marvel Comics were created in the same time, almost in competition with each other, because Kara Zor-El, her alias is Kara Danvers. And what's Captain Marvel's name? Carol Danvers. I don't think that's a stretch. I think I have some. I have that book, and I have another one called the girl. No, wait, what is it? The last. I think it's the last daughter of Krypton. I think that's during the 52 era. And it's not too bad. It shows her in alien form, confused, that type of stuff. Blizzy SM, hello, good morning. I am drawing Supergirl. Hopefully you can see it. I'm drawing lightly on this pencil, but oh hey, did you get the Aaron Westfield art book? I did not. Am I supposed to? No. Did you send it to me? No, I'm kidding. Aaron Westfield. No. Come on, man. I can't be getting no more books. I only caught sporadic episodes of Sailor Moon as a kid. We didn't have cable, so I only watched when visiting grandparents. Been wondering whether I should give it a try as an adult. They're great. It's been a while. Plus, one of the characters in there has my name, so not one of the Sailor Scouts though. Also, you love how two companies, Marvel and DC, stole from each other. Yes, and it's been happening forever. Jack Kirby used to. He would have an inker. When he was working in DC, with DC, he would have an inker that also moonlit as an inker for Marvel. And whenever Jack would have a new idea, that dude would steal it and share it. With Marvel, and they would steal his thunder by creating a character or characters very similar. Rob Norton was talking about it. You know, I have a Team 7 book, like one of their trades, and if it is from the guy that he was talking about, he gets amazing artwork. But I might be confusing him with Doug Mankey. Blizzy likes to doodle. I think we all like to doodle. Doodle. I gotta look at her suit. Yeah, the with them with them stealing each other's artwork. It makes it so funny how they're so and they should be so, what's the word? They defend it to the death as if it's great work. Like I know Liefeld and Deadpool lives by it. Yeah, but Deadpool, Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson, Deathstroke, Deadpool. Come on now. Origins are different, but still super soldier style. And everything that Kirby did, they took from him. They took credit from him. It is so tragic reading what's her suit? They always change to where the cape goes. Sometimes the cape goes on the S. Sometimes it's on the neck. He did a bunch of detail and then dipped. That makes sense. You gotta go where the money's at. Artfully bought some new books. Thank God for thrift books. Yeah. There's a thrift store near my house. It literally maybe 2 minutes away walking. It's an antique shop, and I bought a Van Gogh book in there, and a Picasso. And I want to go back because they had Western paintings. Because I have a project I want to do to paint a Western style poster for a video game that I love and haven't played in a while and should play it again. Red Dead Redemption. I know the anatomy here is wonky, but that's all right. They always change your boots. I talk about Kirby a lot. He's an inspiration to many. One, because of he was just an idea factory, a creation factory. But also one of the things he says is if you want to learn how to work faster, put down the eraser. I don't know how our boots go, but I just need a placement. Put down the eraser and just go. I think that's amazing advice. Did I ever read those books that were entirely really long interviews with different comic artists, writers, and showing their work as well? I think they were called Wizard. Wizard magazine, I used to read it, but it was... Wizard magazine was more of a way for them to prospect comics, if that makes sense. But there were some other comic interview magazines that were better. But I did used to read and collect Wizard. But then, like most publications, stuff like that, it becomes a, what is it, payola? And they were, in my opinion, influenced by friends and money. I could be making that up. Start some drama. But they're not around anymore, so it's not like they're going to say anything to me. No cease and desist from them. I still have some. I wanted to get her looking down more. I have a artist edition of some old war books from DC, and seeing those artists using blue line pencils and right underneath regular pencils and then straight to inks, it was such a cool thing to look at. I don't know if that reads. I want to make one eye glow because that's my thing. But anyway, I hope the movie's good. I just the all the information on it seems to be hit or miss. We try to avoid reviews and all that type of stuff. So, do I have an artist or writer that I don't like their work yet love hearing them talk? It's funny that you mentioned John Byrne. It's been in the news lately. People trying to cancel him. Artists artwork that I don't like, but I can listen to them. That's a good question. I don't think I do. I don't know. Not that I like all the artists, but I don't know if I don't know if I do. That's interesting that you do that, though. That you would listen to someone whose artwork you don't like, or not in that sense, but I'm trying to think. Maybe current. I like I hate piling on a dude either. Like maybe Liefeld. Maybe Liefeld. I don't like his current stuff. I don't like anything he's done within the last when he started 90s. I don't think I like anything he's done in the last 20 years. But I can listen to him talk. I think he has a lot of energy. That I'm attracted to the energy. Man, she got some thunder ties. I'm gonna have to change that. How about the opposite? Artists that you enjoy their work, but you can't listen to them talk. I think this was kind of selfish on my part. I wish he would say something interesting. I think Alex Ross, I love his artwork. I don't like to hear him talk. I think he gatekeeps, which is probably why I don't like. Because they'll ask him about his art and he doesn't think that it is interesting. He doesn't think he doesn't understand how people can sit and like his look at his process. He has a huge understanding and a love for comics. That's true. I won't take that or say anything negative in that sense. But I guess I don't know. Everybody's so defensive on how they do certain things, and their style, and their techniques. Like it's their technique. I don't know. I might have to pause for a hot second. Just because I need to start the coffee maker this hand. I have turned down a few videos while watching. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, that's kind of weird, isn't it? That we can go ugh, but his artwork is so good, or the opposite. I don't follow their work, so that older style doesn't appeal. Gotcha. I do. I love hearing about people's artwork and stuff, but I'm trying to think. But it could just be me. Sometimes it's if I don't like the, not that I don't like the person, or there's something about them that is just kind of off-putting, or they could be just mean-spirited or pretentious, or just kind of like, even no matter how good they are at work, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. The hardest thing, because of my my how I learned drawing, is really trying not to sexualize the female figure in all of these things. There's always that's always the thing, right? Yeah, I don't follow that. Yeah, yes. Alex Ross. Want to hear him talk more? Yeah, his has nothing like. Yes. See that. Now you know what I'm talking about. And even in interviews, uh, I want to know, man. Break it down. I can't steal. I can't steal what you do. I can't. No matter how much I'll try, it'll take me forever, and I don't have forever anymore. But I'm fascinated by the processes. I really should stop erasing. I'm not helping it. You gotta draw through the fabric. But no, I haven't gone through any much of a. If I don't like the artwork, I probably won't be watching or listening. It depends if they're old and been there around, or it's got to be something to encourage me to listen to it. That's such a great question, though. I'm just trying to add something. Hide them feet. Speaking of Liefeld, let's hide them feet. He can draw feet. He can draw feet. And who cares? Bunch of feet weirdos. Caleb Reynolds. Good morning. How you doing, buddy? We just messing, man. Trying to draw Supergirl here. That arm is short. I'm breaking Kirby's rules here. No erasing. But I'm also I live in the age of Jim Lee, and Jim Lee erases like nobody's business. He just doesn't clean his page, man. Every once in a while, when I watch Jim Lee, I just want him to onto the page just once, man. Clean that thing. Do I have any artist? Do you have any artist that you love? Artist that you love, that you feel you have learned the most, or at least a lot from? Welcome back, sugar. It's okay. Looks good. That's a really good question. Because I'm I don't know. That I learned the most from? I think that changes with the with all the eras I'm in. That's a good one. I've been mentioning this artist a lot simply because I've been looking at his work more often. Two of them, Jack Kirby and Joe Kubert. I think Joe Kubert's ability to create form and strength is amazing. I've learned a lot recently from his stuff. Man, there would be so many. There would be so many. Surprisingly, we're talking about. I don't know if I can say I learned a lot from them because I end up picking and choosing from different artists the things that attract me and feel right to me. We just finished talking about Alex Ross, even though I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of his books. 2, his mythology book from DC, his Marvelosity, his Dynamite Art, the Dynamite Art of Alex Ross when he was doing Dynamite Comics, and I have his Fantastic Four, Full Circle, whatever the heck that thing is called. I have his Kingdom Come, and I have not learned anything from looking at his artwork. All I know is that I can't do gouache the way he does. Gouache. I probably learned more from looking at Steve Rude's art. I think I've learned more from looking at old pulp artists whose names I don't even recall or remember. When it came to when I was learning, or when I was really trying to do comics in the 90s and reading, and I was following Jim Lee, Liefeld, and McFarlane. All 3 of them taught me something. I think McFarlane, his where's the blank sheet? McFarlane's way of thinking of planes and layers within the character is something that sticks with me, and it's something that I'm going to be doing on a future project, like my David and Goliath. One of my David and Goliath images that I have in mind is I'm trying to break it down into planes. And what I mean is that I'm thinking of McFarlane's method when it comes to, I'm going to draw Goliath's hand is here in that plane, and then I'm going to go in the opposite direction and put his forearm, and then to create another plane and put his bicep and his tricep, and then another plane to put the rest of his body. And I've always fascinated me that McFarlane would do that with Spider-Man. Spider-Man, he would have Spider-Man is web swinging, but his shoulder will start here, his arm here, his forearm in one direction, his wrist in another, and his fingers all in a different direction, and then throw a weird leg up here with the bottom of his foot. And it was always this idea of playing with frames and planes, foreground, midground, and background, but using those concepts on the figure. It fascinates me to this day, and it gets stuck with me. That's what I got from him. From Jim Lee, I got the idea of you have to be a surgeon. Jim Lee's artwork in that era was just beautiful, and he drew everything, do everything right. He did everything right. And Liefeld to me was have fun with it, make stuff explode, make people grit, play with your GI Joes, and put that on the page. So those three guys, it's probably what I learned the most from. And then as I developed my favorite inkers, and that, I hope that answers your question. Kinda. It could be that her legs are too long. Does it look like? Who cares? We're messing around. When in doubt, if something's not going right, just say it's for fun. It's just practice. Couple practice swings when you're playing baseball and you can't hit the ball a couple of times. Just practice swings, guys. The next one's for real. But for painting, not really. Not really. I think a lot of great YouTube artists that I wish I could remember their names. You know, small creators who have great channels on teaching. Those guys and gals. That hand is wonky, as Liefeld says. You draw it wonky. Excuse me. What else can we do here? I think that's not a bad base. Maybe. Let's go. I was trying new things here. I rarely do this process of light blue, remove it, and then go over with pencils. But I guess it would be the same way if I was doing if I was gonna ink it. I'm using Bristol board vellum. It has a little bit more tooth. My go-to is the smooth, but I gotta use the paper I got. Dude. There's so many artists out there. We need more of them. And I gotta work on my rendering. One of my favorite creative elements or drawing elements, I don't even know what to call it, but the one of my favorite things to draw is always that shadow underneath the nose into the mouth. It's just so, to me, it's always been so dynamic. It makes things look dynamic. I don't know what it is. I don't know where I saw it from first, but I know I didn't invent it. I think my goal for this piece is going to see if I can pull it out. If I can make something out of nothing here. I really didn't have anything in mind. I just wanted to do something to hang out with you guys. I wanted to paint, but I think mentally I did not have it to paint this morning. But I will be putting down some paint on that Hulk cover. Plus I got a ton of other stuff in the wings there that's been done, waiting for either inks or paints to put over. I end up falling into some of these grooves sometimes where all I want to do is paint, sometimes all I want to do is try to ink, and sometimes all I want to do is try to draw. And I'm trying also to do more than one thing at the same time. A project, I mean. See if my mind can take it. I guess it would be like reading multiple books at the same time. I once told my son, who's very young, that I was incapable of walking and chewing gum at the same time. And so I would stumble and walk funny whenever I'd have gum around him. He believed me for a little bit. kind of messed up. I don't know if I've been able to do that with like novels or things like that, but I have been able to do comics. I'm currently reading Planetary, which has been amazing. I'm waiting on the rest of the trade so I can finish it, but I read that usually before bed while I'm chilling and watching streams before the end of the night. And then when I'm downstairs in my studio, I have a bit of everything. I got a G.I. Joe omnibus that I'm reading. I have a bunch of Conan issues that I'm looking at and reading. A couple pages here and there and put it aside. No, they don't always line up. I haven't. I'm trying to think. I haven't read a good book in a while. Guys, I'm gonna ask you to give me one hot second. My sweetheart came home and I need to go greet her. Give me 1 second, guys. Alrighty. Sorry. Dying. Alright, where were we? I really don't know what her... did they do much to her suit? Do you guys know? I know that during the 52 run, they added so much paneling and like plating on the suits. What the heck? What's up? Is it 10:40? We still hanging. I like that effect. I'll tell you that much. You know, this might be the way. I know earlier in one of a earlier stream I was talking about Greg Capullo and his inker, and how Capullo's pencils. First of all, shout out to Rob Norton for sending that to me. He was reviewing it, and I coveted it so hardcore, and I was like, I couldn't find one. I said I can't find a copy of that book you're reviewing. And he said, well, they still have it at the comic shop near me. You want me to get it for you? He's such a good dude. I send him the cake for it, and he bought it, and sent it to me. Anyway, shout out to Hami. I was just amazed by the trust that Capullo has with his inker. Not only that, the trust he has in his own vision, his artwork. He doesn't fill in the blacks with his pencil. He spots it, some X's and some marks, and he leaves it blank most of the time. Or it appears that way in that book. All right, I can fix that. It was just amazing to me, and I'm wondering if this is kind of like how he works, and then just erases or finds a way to get rid of the blues. Because the pencil page samples looked really light. Really light, like you couldn't even see some of the borders and the guidelines. So I think I cracked the code. We'll never know till we meet him. All right. Let's keep moving down. I think I made her either too big. It could be because of the way I'm sitting. What do you guys think? One, two. Now the measurements are smaller. I think this is fine. It's a heroic torso, but I think that I might have to, I think I have to shrink this. I might have to stand up and see how far my arms go. He's all right. Capullo's all right. I mean, he's a journeyman for sure. His artwork is extremely stylized, and it has changed throughout the years. He was in Marvel when the big 3, 4, 5 left. He took over X-Force for a bit. And then Todd McFarlane pulled him into Spawn. Because I think Capullo can do a really good McFarlane Spawn. I really... and I think his claim to fame really came in with Batman Court of Owls. Which I have. And it is what it is. Not the artwork. The artwork is great. It is. The story's fine. But he has a thing of drawing his fingers flat. It's very interesting, but it makes sense. Like they're very they're three-dimensional, but they're really thin, flat digits. But it makes sense for his style. I don't know if you can see that. Very flat style digits. He draws action like nobody's business. And he has this thing where every person has a little crook on their nose. And they're very square-jawed, and everybody's square-jawed and handsome and rounded, if that makes sense. He's a contradictory, like those gummy Skittles. I think I'm trying to challenge my inner Jay Lee. Jay Lee had amazing style. But I end up talking a lot about those artists and inkers because I do my own, all of it. And I'm always referring to how I don't do myself any favors as an inker. As an artist, I don't, as a penciler, I don't do myself any favors. I don't do the inker Mel any favors. You'll have to figure it out, but that's what you get paid for, basically. And I do my best. No, I have a habit. I draw on a flat surface. This is flat. I do have a artist table behind me. Here, back here. I'll show you my, is that it? Oops, there you go. So, yep, that's my table there. It'd probably be better, but you see all the light I get from my blinds, so it'd be pretty terrible. But I do want to use it more. I did buy it. But I use a flat table because it has all my technology on it. There's all my studio over there. Hold on, let me show you. I'll give a quick tour of the studio. It was my wall. Yeah, that's exciting. My wall. And then some of my books. Oh yeah, the Millennium Falcon. It's a paper puzzle. No, that's not what I'm thinking about. 3D puzzle. And then that piece. Big old windows. My art piece behind me. I'm trying not to get anybody sick. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I got my ears lengthened. All right, my hat collection, my on air, my cool Saboteur Comics baseball cap, my Tony Montana that tells me to get to work. He's pointing his gun at the dirty cop Mel. You think you're a cop, Mel? You're not a cop. You're a hoss. You're a pig that don't fly straight. My my 3D models. My Gary. Meow. My Gary. You like that? Oh, hold on. Oh no! Earthquake. Oh, I can't play. I am not gonna play like that. Ba-pow. Wow. It's usually when let the people know I'm on air. Yo, all right. I'll check out your piece if you just stop repeating yourself. But for now, you can go take a walk. See you later. Good gravy. Got my hats. Oh, also, this is my motivational picture right here. And of course, my good luck Gary. Meow. This is my don't stop, keep going. Don't stop. Keep going no matter how much it hurts. You gotta get it done no matter what. Put in the work. Get it done. My daughter gave me that for Father's Day. Get her done. What's up, my hat collections? For when the top starts falling off, my 3D models. When I got laid off, your boy had way too much time. Way too much time. Yeah, that's a digital piece that I did. I drew that on a computer, on a tablet. That one over there is hard to see, but that's Humphrey Bogart in digital. Let me see. The Star Destroyer. My Usagi Yojimbos. My Japanese section right there with the Kira wall art. Yeah, they won't allow it in chat. My mirror and my comics over there. Yep, that is 2 swords that I have over there. My artist editions. What was that? Oh, that's my reference. And then you guys, because I love y'all. My peoples. My OBS. My chat. All right. All right, hold on. That dude came back, and all he did was want attention. Let me go check out his artwork. That's cool stuff, man. What do you want from me? A lot of manga, a lot of anime, good stuff. Oh, that's a nice painting. Day 10, day 9, drawing every day. Good for him. Good stuff, Zaman Pro. But man, you're coming on too strong, dude. Or dudette. It's Friday, we chilling. All right, I put them on timeout for 24 hours. Cause good God, man. Yeah, man, I blame all those books, except for my Fist of the North Star. I got a Conan book that's like 20 years old. I bought it when I joined a book club. When I joined that scam. 300 Conan. I got those there. But yeah, man. Cartoonist kayfabe. Buy more comics. They were killing me in the bank. I need to take a photo of my German Shepherd pooping with that saying. Oh yeah, you gotta keep going. That's so funny. I gotta show you my dog is camera shy, but I drew my dog. He's an Australian Shepherd, and he has one floppy ear, and I drew him in the style of Santos El Helper. You guys know Santa's Little Helper from The Simpsons? And that's what he looks like. He got deep blue eyes. He's white with chocolate chip ice cream. A floofy tail. We call him Quill for his tail. I do. The ladies here in the house call him Quill because they all love Chris Pratt. And I go, whenever people ask, I'm like, it's Quill because we're all artists. And it's a Quill pen. It's Quill. I don't know how to draw these like accordion style dresses or skirts. But I will try. Yeah. Babe, you having a second cup? You're the best. Q Tina Turner. Yeah, I know the one. Yeah, I know the one. I need to study Bridgman's. I think I called him Hogarth, but I think it's no, not Bridgman. Is it Hogarth that has the dynamic figures? I need to do his dynamic drapery. Do I have a Siamese cat? No, my cat is a, what is she called? I don't know I was gonna say I don't know my cat's brand. I don't know my cat's breed. I wish she would come down. She cries like that because she's deaf. She's deaf. No, that needs to go up then. She sounded Siamese. Ooh. She's deaf, so she has no volume control. And we just let her go. She just turned 16 the other day. What's up, kiddo? And my dog, that's my dog. Got pet that dog. He's gonna be 6, maybe 5 or 6 in a couple of days. I gotta look at her outfit some more. I think the anatomy is definitely off because of how I'm sitting. She's very low heavy. So I think I have to shrink this stuff here. And reevaluate my lines. At this point, this looks okay. It's this part, the lower part of the figure that I might have to work. Or guess what? It might just be all debris. It might be all debris. Who knows? It's fluid. It's fluid today. Fluid Friday. Freeform Friday. And we also have a 2-year-old kitten called Luca. Luca, who is a pain, but we all love him because he's cute. Theory in person, how you doing? Good morning. Is morning still here? In the back, I'm back. He's back. You back. Back from where? Who this? Is it the Ryan person or Therian? Right? Yeah, let me see if I can get a... Yeah, I think Oh, Therian? Okay. Well, welcome. Wow. It doesn't look too bad. I think it just be because I'm sitting. You know, I cheat a lot when the benefit of having all of these monitors in front of me. What I have in front of me is they're pretty much straight down, so I can see a bit better. The way I'm sitting, it's angled like this to me. Not that extreme, but you know what I'm talking about. If you're an artist that draws on a flat surface, it really isn't flat to your eye. You're at an angle, which is why most artists draw with a lifted surface. Or they recommend you use a lifted, angled surface. Thank you, love. You're the bestest. One second, y'all. I don't know what's going on. My music keeps stopping. Therian, I don't know what that means, man. Do I accept in furries? We gotta keep it PG. It's Friday. I'm not really in the mood for no weird-ish. Please. Please, please, please. 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 There's a song from the 60s or 70s. I don't know the name of it. And it makes me laugh because all it is the singer pleading, please, please. And it got some great like Motown music. So, Therian, please, let's not make it weird. I'm drawing Supergirl. It's Friday. We're having a good time. Don't make it weird. I would appreciate it. If you're trying to support your homie, I appreciate you. I really do. It warms my heart. If you want to do that, my Ko-fi link is on the bottom of the page there. Ko-fi.com/melloart. Do it there. buy a boy a cup of joe or something. But I ain't trying to see something that I can't unsee. Or hear or read something that I can't take back. I already kicked the dude out for 24 hours just because he kept pilfering his channel. It's Friday. Usually I have I drive a lot, so we usually have no honk, and then whatever day that is, no honk Mondays, Tuesday, depending on how we feel. It's a no honk Friday. Y'all making me honk on a Friday, and that's a party foul. That's a friendship foul. That's a stream foul. that's a personal foul. Made me lose my train of thought. Man. Appreciate you, love you, I mean it. For realsies. But mm-mm. All right. I just think it needs to be shorter. I just think that she might be too the legs are too long. She's showing too much thigh meat like I was on my last stream. Scooched the camera around. Your boy was showing a little bit too much leg. I didn't want to get flagged. This isn't a kid show, but it ain't that type of show either. All right. Saboteur like it's Sab. Do you take do you accept infurries, whatever that means? I don't want to know what it means. Forget it. Where are we? I'm gonna be on for another 15 minutes anyway, so I appreciate you guys. How's my camera? My camera's good. But I will be back this afternoon, 3-ish. I'm either gonna be drawing this thing. I might just start painting something, or maybe we'll finish this. I don't know. We'll see how it feels. See how where the day takes us. It seems like I'm just kind of like right now, like marching in mud. But then again, that might give me the desire to finish this thing and end the day, end the week on a high note. I might end up picking up. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll pick up. I have some SUPERGIRL books, and I'll pick some and have them around for the vibes. Sometime maybe that's what it is. I don't have SUPERGIRL vibes. Did everybody here see He-Man, the Masters of the Universe? You know what I'm gonna do? My wife and I went. Look at her hair. I think my figurine wants to speak to the manager right now. Let me fix that. I have maybe 2 complaints about that movie. Nothing to spoil. And one of them is, it's too long. Is that the old man in me? The movie's too long. Let me see if I can match the energy here. And Evelyn is trashing it. Yeah, the CW show was great. I loved the actress, Melissa Benoist. Benoist? What a tragic thing, man, she was dealing with her abusive and manipulative husband. So, pork that guy. Pray for her. I think she's doing better now. But she was great as Supergirl. But yeah, I have the trade paperback of what the movie's loosely based on, and I have another one there that I said I think it's called The Last Daughter of Krypton. That seemed a little bit more edgy. I think that one was more directed at like angsty teens, because she's kind of like an angsty teen. But her story anyway is interesting because she was supposed to come down first. She is Superman's older cousin, so she was supposed to be here to protect him. And then gets stuck in transit. And he gets here and ages in real time while she doesn't. I think in the Snyderverse, there's a scene in Man of Steel where they're talking about, you know, the Kryptonians getting launched and all that stuff, and there's an opened pod, and it's implied that she died in her pod. Way to go, Snyder. Oh, I appreciate you, Artfully. Thank you. We're just messing around and farting around, as they say. Farting around Friday. I'm gonna be looking at things to try to iron out for Wednesday, for our workshop Wednesdays. You mentioned perspective, which is the hardest thing ever. So appreciate that. We'll see if we can figure out some ways to simplify perspective. I have some grid, some sheets that we can use, and we can figure that out. We could start going through 1.2, 3, and 4 and spherical perspective. Jay Neer, I think, wanted, not Jay Neer, who was it? Yeah, it was Jay Neer. Or somebody that wanted to see how to use a kneaded eraser or a putty eraser, which is kind of funny. But we'll do all that stuff. Perspective and proportions, I think it was, with one of them. We'll knock it out. We'll do that thing. I need to help myself with some proportion here, so if I can figure that out, it'll be a victory. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is farting around until I can build up. Maybe I can use some of this stuff. Maybe I can, if I can match that, we can figure it out. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I will be on later on this afternoon. If you get a chance to hang out or say what's up, I appreciate it. If you can't, of course, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. With that said, I think I'm going to just let the music play me out for now while I tidy up and clean up. Excuse me. So thank you guys for hanging out. This is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello. Don't be coming in here trying to have me honk on a Friday. I'm kidding. Love you guys. God bless you. I mean it. God bless you. I love you. I mean it. Until later on today. I'll draw you later. Hit the likes. Hit the subs. Don't be so pushy on the chat. It'll come. Have a great rest of your morning. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.